YouTube. So, top 10 guitars. This is actually the third one of these videos I've done today. The first one I did was a mistake. I did the Falcon again, which I've now put away. Even though it was number 2 in my list. And I did it number 4 as well. And then I did another one earlier on, and YouTube decided not to process it. So instead I'm going to do a really quick one of this, and hopefully, because it's really quick, it'll process and you'll get to see it tonight. So here's my Westone Raider. I really do like this guitar. This one doesn't actually have a serial number on it. Kind of fits into about 1982, 1983 they made this one. Favourite thing being the sparkly colour, and I've always mentioned this, like it's sparkly on the back of the headstock. And see when you're in the studio and stuff, that's the bit you see. So if I ever build my own guitar company, it will be interesting along the top and here, because the bit when you're playing it you can actually enjoy it, because this is the bit you look at. So Gotoh tuners, standard. This isn't the original bridge. This one I got cheap because the bridge was missing. It did actually have the original MMK 45 pickup in it, but this is an old 70s Dimarzio Super Distortion. These knobs, which I used to laugh at because you get them on really cheap guitars, like the sort of really plasticky, they're really rough. I quite like it because it's dead easy to grip. That's kind of it. The neck on this, on these Westones are amazing. You can see it's in the same family as these two. That's why it's out, because I'd like that one, and this one. It's not quite though. It's even pointier. Like it's a pure sleek beast. They do come. There's another colour which is probably better. There's a yellow. Well, there's two. There's 3 shades of this one. There's silver and the sort of dark silver. There's a yellow and turquoise, or a sort of goldy yellow and turquoise, which is quite nice. And then there's a sort of goldy yellow and orange. Both of them are pretty cool. If I could get them cheap enough, they're not going to be cheap enough. And in bass as well. There was a bass I kind of wish I'd bought just after I bought this. It wasn't that expensive. It was the gold and turquoisey glitter one. Quite fancy one of them. So maybe one day. I'm saying I'm not buying any more guitars or basses. I'd maybe buy a Raider bass. You can get later on, after 1983 or whatever, the year after this one, they brought them out in solid colours. They're not as cool as the split in the middle and the glitter. They've got 2 pickups. I think that's a Raider 2. This is a Raider 1. It's a sort of funny logo on this one as well. It's kind of before the later. No, it's not. It's its own logo. It's not the same as a normal guitars before it, and it's not the same as the Raiders were the year after. It's got the old type thingy as well. The old logo, and that's the old logo. It's a sort of almost cartoony. It's not as good a logo on the neck plate, whereas you can see that one there is a bit different. But then later on, you've got this sort of hollowed out W, which kind of looks like an eagle, sort of like W. So, as I said, this is going to be a quick video. So I'm using the Laney BT15 3x12 cabinet and the rat pedals on. Sticking something into the look pedal. maybe a little bit fuzzy. We shouldn't have used the Rat for the backing track. So now the Governor pedal. Yeah, so told you to be a quick one. It's not been talking about it for that long. I bet you I ended up rabbiting on for our 10 minutes. This is actually, if you watch the Young Ones, the old British TV show with Ade Edmondson and the like in it, and Rick Mail and Nigel Planner. The Damned are on that doing a song called something about a video nasty. They're using this guitar. Normally they've got a black MMK 45 pickup, which I just really like this guitar, and I had the super distortion. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't even try it with the original pickup in it. I don't think it had volume control in it either, but the pickup was definitely there. Or used it for something else. I really like this headstock. Not seen that in anything else. It's like just this sort of notch out it. It kind of reminds me of like, let's see if you were pointing your toe. Like maybe it's a bit like a sort of, is it like a woman's shoe or something? I quite like it. Something a bit different. So it's a Strat scale. The neck on it, which I heard this before, I actually told my pal this, you didn't like it. It's like a Music Man. It's very like a Music Man neck. I have played Music Man necks before. People have told me about this, and then the guitar that my pal Ian had was a Steve Lukather thing. I think it was a solid rosewood neck, or it was a really expensive thing, a few grand anyway, and it was like pure, it totally feels like a Westone Razor, and it's like pure, yeah, and it's like, the thing is, it totally does. Whatever the carve is very much like a Music Man. I think quite a lot of the other Westones have a very similar carve. But I have actually, I say gigged this, just before lockdown, my band Cranking House kind of had two original songs, and we went to sort of open stage night. Went up and played 2 songs and 2 covers in Cumbernauld, and I took this guitar, and it looked great. There's a photo, I think my profile picture's actually me, and it's got like a purple light on it, and it's just a fantastic looking thing. None more spiky. It's got some strange quirks about it. This is, because it's like 1982, this is kind of pre-hair metal or heavy metal, so it's not really a heavy metal guitar. It's like, it's got skinny frets on it, and it's only got 21 of them. It's like, this is sort of the guitar you go, obviously it's got 24 frets, a really wide fingerboard, and it's pure flat radius and big chunky frets, and it's like none of the above, and a Strat trem, so it's kind of, it's a fairly normal guitar considering what it actually looks like. But I do really like it. I've used this in the band. There's only a couple of guitars I've ever used in Cranking House more than once. This one, my Ibanez Blazer, that's painted funny, and the Shocking Bird are really, I think, the only guitars I've taken more than once into the studio. I've maybe used them half a dozen times each. But I really rate it. It just wants distortion. It does do clean as well, I suppose. But when you've only got one pickup, no tone control, you just get the rat pedal on, everything's good. It seems to be a very pinch. I mentioned this the other day and someone commented on it, the pinchy harmonic-y. Not as good at it as I've hurt my nose. Poked it there and it's like sore. Not as much as Zakk Wylde though. Good how Zakk Wylde does it. Yeah, so this, you might be seeing this tonight, and in like 2 hours time, depending on 12 minutes. Okay, cutting it short. You might be seeing this tonight. You might be seeing the one that I meant to be out tonight that for some reason YouTube decided not to process, or you might be seeing this tomorrow. I think I might be going to Scott's tomorrow to a wee bit of friggin' guitar playing with Fuji Jens because he's got his one as well. Maybe do a wee bit, make a day of it. Rock on, and I'll see you Sunday night, which might be tomorrow night, depending on when this goes out. Catch you later.